One of the key things when the vaccine does finally arrive is going to be people have got to trust the process. And one of your Conservative colleagues today, MP Derek Sloan, sponsored a petition that claims that the COVID vaccine is, and I'll quote it, effectively human experimentation. It goes on to question the safety protocols that were used or will be used. And here it is, it's legally, he wants certain things that he'd sponsored here. Will Aaron O'Toole respond to Mr. Sloan's petition that he has sponsored here?
Well, I'll respond to it. Canadians need this vaccine, and I encourage every Canadian, when the government finally comes up with a plan to deliver it, to get it. I mean, we live in a G7 country, and we have some of the best review processes possible for a vaccine. And I mean, like, to suggest that our party stands for anything other is ridiculous, because we've been the party that has been pushing the government to get the vaccine for Canadians. So I think it's unfortunate I think it's unfortunate that we're talking about this today. I mean, if my colleagues listening, what I want to hear from the government and where I want the focus on is the question that you're asking, which is a nonpartisan question. It's when are we getting this? What are the details? I mean, today the UK, for example, put out information about where these first tranches of vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine, one with the difficult storage issues, how that's being delivered, where. We should be getting that information in Canada by now. That we don't need to wait on approvals to have that type of information, because we already know what those requirements are. And again, I think we're going to have a vigorous debate in the House of Commons led by our party and our party leader tomorrow on those requirements. But I just want to really emphasize this to anybody who's watching. We can't afford another year of lockdowns. We can't afford the thousands of deaths that have been caused by COVID-19. And a vaccine is a key part of the fight against it. So right. I guess I'm going to look at my colleague Arif Virani too and say this information is needed that we're asking for so that the federal government can do its part in educating Canadians on those facts. And we're happy to work with them on it.
And I'm glad to hear, I think everyone agrees.
Yeah, Evan, I'd say I'm glad to hear that, to be candid. And Michelle's right, this shouldn't be a partisan matter. I think vaccine hesitancy, especially when it's espoused by elected officials, is problematic, because when this vaccine does arrive, the next stage will be ensuring as many Canadians as possible take it to create that herd immunity. And that's the next sort of public interest issue that will arise. But following public health guidelines in the interim until it arrives is also critical.